Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dreams Unlimited Travel Podcast. My name is John Magi.
And I'm Kevin Close.
And in this episode, we're going to talk to you about one of our favorite places in the world to travel to, Cape May, New Jersey. All right, I know what you're all thinking.
Wow, they've been some really cool places, and this is the best?
This is the best they've got, is Cape May. We love Cape May. We're going to tell you why we love Cape May, and we're going to tell you some of the things we love and enjoy about it, for sure. So I know we're used to hearing us talk about Disney and Disney places or adventures by Disney where we've been around the world, but we're going to talk to you this week about Cape May. All right, so I think we should start with why Cape May. What happened? How did we get excited about Cape May? How did that all come about? So I'm going to let you start with your story.
When I was younger, much younger, my family used to go to
So much younger than today.
My family used to go to Wildwood, New Jersey on vacation. It was about a 5.5 or 6 hour drive from Albany. I never asked why we went to Wildwood and not other places, but that's where my family went. And it was my Disney World before I knew about Disney World. Wildwood, New Jersey was the best place I had ever been in my entire life. There was a beach, there was a boardwalk. We went out to eat. It was just, I loved it. And
well, in the 1920s, it was really great.
One of the things that we used to do is, there were days when you couldn't go to the beach. You had a little too much sun the day before. And looking back, I think it was that we couldn't go up on the boardwalk all day because that cost money. So my mom and dad used to try and take us to other things. And one of the places they would take us was Cape May. Now this was in the late 60s, even the early 70s. And Cape May, which had once been a booming Victorian seashore resort, had started to look a little seedy. And
it had fallen into decline. It was not as popular as the Wildwoods in that
Wildwood
area.
was a little more raucous. And we kind of thought, my brother and I kind of thought it was dull. But it was beautiful. It is a Victorian seashore resort. Abraham Lincoln used to go there. They listed as the first seashore resort of the United States. And it's the largest collection of Victorian architecture outside of San Francisco. And I just read recently that the reason for that is both San Francisco and Cape May had huge fires at about the same time. And when they were rebuilt in the Victorian style. Now, as I've gotten older, and I have gotten older,
late 60s, early 70s.
Wildwood lost some of its appeal. I don't have that let's go to the boardwalk every night. And what happened was I fell in love with Cape May, which is more of an actual, it's a New England seashore resort. And it's restaurants and shopping and beautiful architecture. There's lots to see and do. And when I met John, I told John if I had my way, I would live in Florida when it was cold up north, and I would live in Cape May when the temperature was warmer. So John told me, much to my aghast, that he hated the Jersey Shore. Yeah. Why did you hate the Jersey Shore?
So my experience at the Jersey Shore was much different than yours. I grew up in North Jersey-ish. I always was confused about what people considered North Jersey, but I grew up in North Jersey. And when we went on vacation, it was kind of like you got in the car and you went to the first place where you found sand. Oh, we're here. We're at the shore. I don't know what it was about. I don't know why we didn't go any further. We wound up in sort of the Barnegat area, Sandy Hook, that sort of area, that part of the state. We never went as far as Cape May, for sure. So I didn't get a chance to experience that part of the Jersey Shore. But where we went, I had good memories. We visited family and all the the usual stuff. But I went to the shore, and I would get to the beach the first day, and I would burn to a crisp. I would be a lobster, which would eventually turn into a blister. It'd just be one giant blister, and it was horrible. It was a horrible experience for me with my hair color and skin color. That's just what happened to me. So, my parents would slather me up with Noxzema, and in order to have any kind of relief, I would be sleeping on what I called the porch. My aunt had a porch at her house that was screened in, but that's what it was. And then the rest of the vacation was not pleasant for me. I didn't enjoy it. So I didn't have the same summer experience at the Jersey Shore that you did. All right, so fast forward, Kevin and I have met. We're together for a couple of years, more than a couple of years. And I've heard his recollections of the Jersey Shore, and I have had mine. And on occasion, we've had a chance to travel together to Jersey and to the Jersey Shore and stay in different places. And I had a good time.
Well, first of all, some friends of ours let us borrow their house in Avalon, New Jersey. And I said to John, let me just show you what going to the Jersey Shore means to me. So we went, and all of a sudden he looked at me and said, this was a much different experience than I had as a kid. So we would go back, and we found a hotel in Stone Harbor called the Reeds at Shelter Haven, which is a luxury hotel. And we got to explore the Jersey Shore, and I think I made John see that it's kind of a cool place.
I mean, first of all, we never went to the beach. Not once did we set our foots on sand. We never set our feet on sand. So I think that was part of it. I mean, I thought that's what you did there, but it was so much more.
We took precautions so you didn't start to sizzle.
Yeah, we did. Wrap me in bacon. So what, a completely different experience in seeing other things and enjoying other things at the Jersey Shore.
Okay, now we jump ahead. We had investment property here in Orlando, very close to Disney, and we were going to stay in Cape May just because we wanted to. And we were driving up I-95 in South Carolina, and John says to me, I think we should buy another investment property. And I thought, all right. I thought he was talking about another one of what we had. And while I understood the financial part of it, it didn't excite me. I don't want to go stay in Kissimmee at 14 miles away. So we were driving along, and he said, I think we should buy a condo in Cape May. It's a good thing I had a seatbelt on. This had been my dream all my life. So
I think Kevin broke the sound barrier, getting his phone out, looking on Realtor.com for places.
I might have let out a little screech too. So I'm going to make this story shorter. We reached out to a real estate agent who helped guide us, and we love her and her husband. They've become great friends and business associates, and we started looking.
If you're looking for a really good real estate agent who handles the Jersey Shore area, reach out to me, John at dreamsunlimitedtravel.com, and I will hook you up with her. She's fantastic.
She is. So, lo and behold, we found a condo in Cape May. It is on the Jersey Shore. They call it Beach Block. We are not directly facing the ocean. Those houses are in the multi-million dollars. We are in their backyard. Our house is not in the multi-million dollars. But between the houses, there's a window in our bedroom. I can see the surf break. I can see the ocean. And it's kind of a spectacular place. Now, it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and it's 500 square feet.
When we got it, it was very old-fashioned. It was very Golden Girls.
It was.
Kind of.
In pristine condition.
Yeah, it was beautiful, right? And I mean, we're fast-forwarding through a lot of this, but we looked at a lot of places.
We did.
And this just was perfect from location and the bones. You hear that all the time on those real estate shows. It had good bones, but we knew we could fix it up.
We did. And we did a lot of it remotely. I worked with a contractor. John and I worked with a contractor, and we love it. In recent years, I have realized that I need a scooter pretty much all the time. And this place is great, but it's 500 square feet. And there is a pinch point. That's a hallway. And every time either one of us has to go through there. It's a negotiation. So we realized that 500 square feet, while very comfortable and perfect for 2 people, maybe even 4 people, that we might need something bigger. So we started looking. Same real estate agent, and after looking at hundreds of houses and pretty sure she was going to kill us, she said, I am going to suggest something that's not on your radar. I want to take you to the Villas. And Villas, New Jersey Cape May is an island. And there are 2 bridges onto the island, and those same 2 bridges back off. Then there's West Cape May and North Cape May, and above North Cape May is Villas, New Jersey. Now, when she started talking about this, John made that pinched sour face.
Well, we also have to explain too, when we talk about Cape May being on island, you've got to think about kind of like Disney and the Disney bubble versus being outside of the Disney bubble. We could not afford anything on the island of Cape May, multi-million-dollar houses. Anything we would get a size or combinations that would work with us was just astronomical. So we had to start to move outside of the Cape May bubble, the Disney bubble, to give you a comparison of what it was. I was not happy about it.
He would say to me, this isn't Cape May. This isn't Cape May. It is 7 miles from Cape May. So our real estate agent said, I want to show you something, and took us to a house that I wouldn't even go in. And she showed it to us, and I said, this is no. And she goes, they're going to tear it down. You're going to have a brand new house. You'll be able to customize it a little bit. And you are 1.5 blocks from Delaware Bay. If I walk out my front door and look to the right, I can see the beach. So we are very, very close to the beach. We have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, and it was completely customized. It is every bit of it is handicapped accessible, and it's pet friendly.
Going back to Cape May is a fantastic place. It's very much a summer place, although there are people who live there all year round. So when we would go to our condo in Cape May, we would go off season. So it wasn't crazy busy, and you could still do stuff and enjoy the restaurants. Villas is really a community. It's really about people who are living there the whole time. So it's got a lot of sort of this hometown feel, hometown amenities, smaller shopping places, local restaurants and stuff. So it's a really great location for us and for what we want to do, but still be really close. I mean, we were going into Cape May one day, and it was a 15-minute drive from our door to Congress Hall, which we'll talk about what Congress Hall is, but that to me is sort of the ideal of what the center of town is. We also realized that even in the condo in Cape May, while it was ideally located, we would never walk to anything. It's not like we would walk to downtown and enjoy it that way. We were always in our car, going somewhere, parking, getting out. So being this much further away wasn't that big of an inconvenience. So let's go back. Let's talk a little bit about Cape May and what Cape May has to offer folks if they're looking to visit there on vacation.
As I said, Cape May is a Victorian seashore resort. It has some of the most spectacular Victorian architecture. All of Cape May has been listed as a historic site. There's some very interesting facts about it. As I said, Lincoln Vacation there. I was unaware until fairly recently that Harriet Tubman lived there, and this was part of the Underground Railroad. As a matter of fact, the United States Harriet Tubman Museum is in Cape May. So there's a great deal of history to it. There's a great deal of lore, and Cape May was just recently listed as probably how did they describe it? It was the best place to eat in New Jersey. So there's more restaurants than you can count. What they've done is they've taken a very busy street, this was many years ago, and they've made it a pedestrian mall. It's called Washington Street, and it is kind of the main street of Cape May. There's all kinds of historical things around. You are 8 miles from Wildwood and probably about 35 miles from Atlantic City, for maybe 40 miles. So everything on the Jersey Shore is available to you.
Yep. Like I said, great restaurants. In future episodes, we'll talk a lot about where we like to eat in some of our places to visit and what there is to do. But I think one of the things that really was surprising to me was a lot of the history of Cape May and the surrounding area. I mean, this is, this goes back to the beginnings of the United States. So, I mean, you're really talking about entrenched history in the area. One of the things that's a huge draw, or not a huge draw, I think I'm exaggerating, but one of the things that's really cool to see, and that Cape May is kind of known for, is the concrete ship. When you talk a little bit about the concrete ship.
The concrete ship was...
And you're smiling because you're trying to remember the right story.
I am. I heard a story growing up, and someone just did research and pointed out that I was wrong.
Everything you know is wrong.
During World War II, they tried to build concrete ships, thinking that if they just displaced water, they would float, and they didn't. And one of them is just off what they call Cape May Point. And it is still sticking up out of the water. It's been there for many, many, many years. And you can go and there are historical markers and there's shops and a place to eat there. And it's a great beach. So I think it shocks people that it's not, because it's the Jersey Shore, that it's not just a boardwalk and hot dog stands.
Right.
It's an actual town. It has year-round residents. It is open all year round. Now, some of the stuff closes until the summer. Memorial Day is a big mile marker for Cape May. Literally everything becomes open again. But it's a very homey town. It's very comfortable. And it's one of my favorite places.
A lot of stuff will close in the off season because it's a good opportunity for them to rehab and refurb. It's a shore town, so stuff gets a lot of wear and tear from the ocean air. And it's just a great way for them to be able to sort of take that downtime and make things better and make improvements to them. Kevin mentioned there's no real boardwalk, there's no games and things like that.
There's a promenade.
But there's a promenade. It's got a little arcade on it. It's got a high-end restaurant. There's a very popular hot dog place around the corner that people line up for blocks to get a hot dog from. So it's very cool, sort of, it's got its little
I don't want to oversell that.
And idiosyncrasies.
It's a window in the side of a building. And when you wouldn't even know it was there until you drive by it and there's 60 people in line to get a hot dog.
Yeah, it is definitely an experience. And it's one of those things where people will say, have you gotten a hot dog there? Did you get your hot dog there? So one day, again, a lot of times Kevin and I go, it's off season. So this particular hot dog vendor closes in the off season. But we went and we were there for a period of time where he was open. So Kevin said, I have to have a hot dog.
Gotta try it.
Gotta try it. It's the best hot dogs. Everyone raves about their hot dogs. You gotta have a hot dog. So I get in line, I park the car about 3 blocks away, and I walk down to the place and I get in line for about a good block. And as you approach the window, he's got signs on the side of the building. When you get to the window, you have to know how to order. There's no hesitation, know exactly what you want. What do you want? How you want your hot dog, what size hot dog you want, the condiments you want on it, do you want a drink?
Cash only?
Cash only. It's like, oh my gosh. So I spent a good 5 to 7 minutes practicing what I was going to say. I want the big dog with the relish and mustard. And I'd be like all nervous that I was going to say it wrong. I got to the window and the guy was friendly and fun and fantastic. I think it was just part of his gimmick that you had to order in this particular way. So it's, it's all sort of this sort of cute small town lore that occurs. No, I don't know that it happens very much anymore, but it kind of harkens back to an older time.
It feels like everybody, especially the people that live there, everybody knows everybody. I was in the grocery store, and the grocery store is maybe 6 miles from our house. And I was checking out, and that lady started talking to me, and she said, "You're buying a lot of groceries. And are you local or are you just on vacation?" I said, "Well, I'm happy to say that we are now homeowners. We just purchased a home and we just closed on it." And she said, "Oh, where?" And I gave her the address of our house, and she goes, "Oh, you're the gray house with the black shutters?" And I thought, how does she know that? Apparently, it's a very small town. Everybody knows everybody.
Everybody knows everybody. We have someone who watches our house for us when we're not there and kind of does handyman work. And he knows our landscapers. And he knows our real estate agent. And she knows the landscapers.
And our real estate agent and our landscaper, the guy who did our landscaping, went to high school together.
Right.
So there are no secrets.
There are no secrets. I think what's really charming about that is, while I love where we live in Florida, we are not getting rid of our Florida home. This will be our,
Winter palace.
Yeah, if anything in the future, we will winter here and summer in New Jersey. But I don't get that same feel.
Oh, no.
Around here. I mean, we know the people we interact with in our local
And our immediate neighbors.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know that we know beyond that or interact with people beyond that. I mean, we're friendly with our people in Publix, but that's because we're there every week and we spend a fortune. I'm sure we're the talk of the town when we come in. But yeah, it sort of has this very, Mayberry RFD throwback kind of hometown feel, which I think is something that's really appealing to me as I get older.
Me too.
And I'm enjoying more. And not only is it not hot, which it is miserably hot in Florida these days, but it also feels like it's a little bit of a slower pace.
Oh, it definitely is.
And we're not on vacation there.
I work from there.
Yeah, we both work from there. We're doing everything we're doing here that we do there. And so it's not like we stop what we're doing and we have a vacation. It just feels like everything's a little bit slower pace.
We should tell them why we're doing this.
Why are we doing it?
Both of our houses are for rent. You can stay in our houses. We have a 500 square foot condo, half a block from the beach, and a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, a block and a half from the bay, and both of them are rentable. We have people who are coming back year after year. Thank you for that. We have people who are taking multiple weeks. We just started booking our house in the villas because it just finished, and we already have people asking about 2025 and beyond.
Yep, we're very proud of our houses. We think we did a great job. Again, the 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo sleeps 4 people maximum.
Smaller. You better like those 4 people.
Very much. It is a small place. We've redone it. We'll put up some pictures of what we've done. We think it's very nice. We get very good compliments for it. It is really ideally located. If you are looking for that Cape May beach experience, walk to the beach, private beaches, you need a beach tag. We provide beach tags for you, so you don't have to go and get them or pay for them. And also, it's very close to the Cape May downtown, shopping, food sort of stuff as well. Our place in villas, like Kevin mentioned, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Currently, we're renting it, sleeping up to 6 people. It is a pet-friendly home, completely pet-friendly. We've got a fenced-in backyard. We've got floors that would accommodate a pet.
And all handicapped accessible. And even if you don't need handicapped accessibility, it just makes it easier.
We put a really big deck on it. We put a wraparound deck around the side and out the back to take advantage of the beautiful weather when you're staying there in the summer. And again, it's totally ours. We picked out every finish. We had input into every room. We made certain rooms bigger, expanded some rooms, and customized the bathrooms. We think everybody will enjoy it. So if you're interested in renting either of our properties, the one in Cape May or the one in Villas, New Jersey, you can send me an email, john@dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. I'd be happy to share with you any additional information I can, including pictures and then I could shoot you over to our property manager, who is handling all of the rentals for us and taking care of any maintenance and things like that.
If you go, I promise you, you're gonna wanna go back.
I agree. Kevin mentioned we've got some folks who go every year and want either the same week, around the same week, and they love it. So we really appreciate their business for sure. So we're going to end it there. Do you have anything else you want to mention on the show?
I always want to talk about more stuff.
I know you do. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to do another show, and we're going to talk specifically about a couple of our favorite places in Cape May. We'll concentrate on a restaurant or two, and we'll talk a little bit more about the shopping on Washington Street.
Now, don't be surprised, there's not gonna be a costume
You
change.
don't think so?
No.
Speak for yourself. I have full hair and makeup coming
There you go.
in between shoots. Again, we thank you very much at home for listening and watching.
Yes, thank you.
We hope you have a great week, and we hope you have a great vacation.